All right, let's dive right in. We're talking about Google's big move in the AI world, Gemini. You've probably heard the name, but with so many AI tools popping up, the big question is this the one for you?
I mean, seriously, it feels like there's a new AI model every single week. It's kind of overwhelming, right? How are you supposed to pick the right one? Well, Google's answer to all that noise is Gemini. They've designed it to be more than just powerful. It's meant to be a deeply integrated assistant for the tools you're probably already using every day.
So, first things first, let's get really clear on what we're even talking about here. What exactly is Google Gemini? Let's meet the brains of the operation.
Okay, at its core, Gemini is basically Google's AI brain. So try to think of it less like a separate app you have to open and more like a new layer of intelligence that's built right into Google products. The whole idea, its entire philosophy, is built on two simple pillars: getting you accurate information and boosting your productivity. That's it. Information plus productivity. You know, every AI has its own specialty, and Gemini is no different. It's really positioned itself as an information pro. So let's take a look at where it really shines. So Gemini's #1 focus is being reliable. Because it's so tightly wired into Google Search, it has really strong factual grounding. What does that mean for you? It means you're way less likely to get those weird made-up answers that other AIs sometimes spit out. But its real superpower? That's its native integration. It just works seamlessly inside Docs, Gmail, and Sheets. It can summarize a crazy long email chain or create a table for you, like, effortlessly. And it's also pretty good at understanding images and other media, not just words on a page.
But of course, nothing's perfect. There are always trade-offs. For all its muscle as an information assistant, Gemini is, well, let's just say it's less of a creative partner.
So if you're looking to brainstorm some wild, out-of-the-box ideas, or generate really complex code, or tackle abstract logical problems, Gemini might not be your first pick. Its coding skills are definitely seen as weaker than its main competitors, and sometimes its reasoning can feel a bit shallow. It just wasn't really built for that super heavy-duty, developer-focused kind of work. And this right here, this is the fundamental difference. Think of it like this. Gemini is your super efficient information assistant. You give it a document to summarize, ask it for facts, and it just delivers. Clean and simple. Other AIs, though, they're positioned more as deep reasoning partners. They're the tools you'd collaborate with on really complex, creative, or technical problems. So it's not really about which one is better. It's about picking the right tool for the job you have to do. So that brings us to the most important question of all, right? Who should actually be using Gemini? Let's figure out who the perfect user is. You know, the answer is actually really simple and direct. Gemini's value just multiplies like crazy if you already live and breathe inside the Google ecosystem. If your entire daily workflow is built around Gmail, Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides, then Gemini is going to feel completely natural to you.
And the data totally backs this up. The two groups that are going to benefit the most are students and Office users. For students doing research and for Office workers managing documents and emails, Gemini gets a solid 4-star rating because it was literally built for those kinds of productivity tasks.
Let's make this super practical. Here's what your ideal Gemini workflow looks like. First, the why. You turn to it because you need accurate info from the web for your research or to help draft a document. Second, the where. You're using it right inside Gmail, Docs, or Sheets, no switching apps. And third, the when. You use it for those quick summaries of long email threads, or for a first draft of a report, or just for help organizing data.
Now, for those of you interested in the more technical side, here's a quick look at the ratings. Like we mentioned, coding is a 3-star capability. It's decent, but it's not its main strength. But it gets 4 stars for handling really long documents and for its multimodal skills, which again just means it's great at understanding things beyond just text, like images. The developer API is still kind of a work in progress, so that gets a 3-star rating for now. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground, so let's boil it all down to the single most important thing you need to remember about Google Gemini, the bottom line.
Here it is. This is the key sentence to remember. If your absolute top priority is factual accuracy, if your main tasks are things like summarizing text and managing emails, and if you do all of that inside Google's world, then Gemini is basically tailor-made for you. It's a specialized tool, and it's excellent at its specific job. And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. As all these AI tools keep evolving, we kind of have to ask ourselves, is the best AI just the one with the most raw power and creativity? Or is it the one that just seamlessly fits into the work we're already doing every single day? Something to think about.